Good morning, children. Today we have to learn the new topic, chapter 16, statistics. So in smaller classes you have studied different ways to find a representative value for the given data. That representative value that is known as measures of central tendency. So which are the measures of central tendency? Mean, median and mode. Mean means sum of the observations by number of observation, and median means the middlemost value. Which value repeats more? That is known as mode. But for better interpretation, we have to consider the variability or how much data is scattered. That also we have to consider. So consider this example. So batsman A, batsman B. These are the runs scored by these batsmen in 10 one-day matches. Okay, so here scores are given, 10 scores are there. Based on that, mean and median calculated. Mean is 53 and here also 53, median also 53. So now you compare these scores. Who is the best player, A or B? Here based on this mean and median is same for both A and B. But when we compare these scores, for this A, the minimum is 0, the maximum is 170. So range is more, 0 to 170. But for B, the scores are in between 40 to 60, isn't it? So who is the best player? Who is consistent? B is consistent. Okay. So based on this mean and median, we can't give a better interpretation. So variability is also another factor. Variability means how much data scattered. For the first person, the range is 0 to 117. That much range is there. Okay, you just consider the difference. Here the scores are in between 40 to 60. So B is more better than A. Okay, so based on this variability, like as in central tendency, there we have a single number to represent the data, the measures of central tendency. Like that, for the variability also, we have to represent variability as a single number. For that, we have different measures, that is measures of dispersion. Another word for variability is dispersion. So for central tendency, we have mean, median, mode. Like that, measures of dispersion are, dispersion means the variability, how much data is scattered. That also we have to consider when we analyze a data. So for that we have 4 measures, that is range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. Range means, range you already studied, range means the maximum value minus minimum value. So if raw data is given, that is if n observation or 10 observations are given, which is the maximum, which is the minimum, just subtract, so you get the range. Like for batsman A, the range is 0 to 117, 117 minus 0, that is 117. For the other batsman, for B, it is something 60 minus 40, like that. Okay, so that is range, maximum minus minimum. Now quartile deviation you don't want to learn, that is not in your textbook. We have to learn mean deviation and standard deviation, and no problem based on this range also. Okay, so mean deviation and standard deviation we have to learn. So first one is mean deviation. Mean deviation for ungrouped data and grouped data you have to learn. For undergrouped data, frequency, discrete frequency distribution and continuous frequency distribution. And the first one is for ungrouped data. So in last year all, for finding the mean, assumed mean method, if class intervals are given, we have to find in the next column the mid value xi. Then you subtract, you take the middlemost number as assumed mean. Then in one column you subtract xi minus a. Okay. Then the upper part, the middlemost will be the assumed mean, the upper part will be positive and the lower part will be negative. Then when you add that column maybe you will get 0. That is, sum of deviations from mean is equal to 0. So here we take absolute value. So look, the first mean deviation about mean. Under this mean deviation, we have to learn mean deviation about mean and about median. So here ungrouped data means observations, only some observations will be given. So let x1, x2, x3, etc., xn be n observations. Then how to calculate mean deviation about mean? So for finding mean deviation about mean, first you have to find mean. So mean is x bar. Okay, how to find x bar? If x1, x2, etc., xn be the n observation, x bar is equal to sigma xi by n, isn't it? And I is from 1 to n. This is x bar. After finding x bar, find the deviations, xi minus x bar. So x1 minus x bar, x2 minus x bar, like that, xn minus x bar you have to find. Find their absolute value. Then find the sum of this. Okay, then divide by n. So you will get mean deviation about mean. So you will get a number. Using that number you can compare the data. Okay. Now the next is mean deviation about median. So this is the observations, x1, x2, etc., xn be n observations. How to find median for raw data? We have to arrange the observations in ascending or descending order. Small to big or big to small, you have to arrange it. Then find the middlemost number. If the number of observations, here number of observations n. If n is odd, what is the median? If n is odd, n plus 1 by 2th observation is the median. If n is even, if n is odd. What about even? If n is even, you have to find n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1th observation. Then their mean you have to take. Mean means average. Okay. So if n is even, suppose n is 10, then 10 by 2, that is 5th observation, and 5 plus 1, 6th observation. Take 5th and 6th observation, take the average of that. That will give the median. Okay. So this is the rule for finding median for raw data. Then after finding median, find the deviations, xi minus m. So x1 minus m, x2 minus m, like that, xn minus m. Find their absolute value, then find the sum, then divide by n. So that will give mean deviation about median. Okay. So we can do problems. Find mean deviation about the mean for the data. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17. So this is known as ungrouped data. Mean deviation about mean. So calculate mean first. Mean is x bar. Mean x bar is equal to sum of the observations by number of observations. How many observations? 8 observations. Okay, what is the sum? 17 plus 13 is 30. 30 plus 10, 42, 52, 52, 60, 69, 69 plus 11. This is 30, 42, 52, 52, 60, 69. 69 plus 4 is 73, plus 7 is 80. So 80 by 8, that's equal to 10. So 10 is the mean. Now we have to find the deviations. So if you want, you can draw the table. Okay. So xi in the 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 17. The next column xi minus x bar. Okay. So subtract 4 minus 10, that is minus 6, 7 minus 10 is minus 3, 8 minus 10 is minus 2, 9 minus 10 minus 1, 10 minus 10 0, 12 minus 10 2, 13 minus 10, 17 minus 10. Find the absolute value. What do you mean by absolute value? Neglect this sign. 6, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2, 3, 7. Then find the sum of this last column. What is the sum of this? Okay. So mean deviation about mean. Children, we can denote like this, MD, that is mean deviation. About mean. So in the bracket, in your textbook I think it is A. A is as mean, small letter A as mean. So if you have confusion, you write x bar. So mean deviation about mean. The formula is sigma modulus xi minus x bar. Then here you have to write sigma from 1 to n by number of observations. So here we have the sum is 24, 24 by 8, that's equal to 3. So 3 is the mean deviation about mean. Now the next is find the mean deviation about the median. So for median, the first step is you have to arrange in ascending or descending order. So 3, 3, one more 3, then 4, 3, 3, 4, then 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 18, 19, 21, 11. Okay. So what is the median? Which is the median? There are 11 observations. There are 11 observations. 11 is an odd number. So 11 plus 1 by 2th observation. Okay. So that is 12 by 2. That is the 6th observation. Which is the 6th observation? That is 9. 6th observation. So median is denoted as capital M. M is equal to 6th observation is 9. Okay. Now what we do? We have to find the deviations. Okay. So observations are denoted as xi 3, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10, 12, 18, 19, 21. 18, 19, 21. Now the next column xi minus m. So 3 minus 9 is minus 6, minus 6, minus 5, minus 4, minus 2, 0, 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 9, 10, then 12. And find the absolute value. That is 6, 6, 5, 4, 2, 0, 1, 3, 9, 10, 12. Find the sum of the observation. 10 plus 10, 20, 22, 22, 24, 34, 35, 35, 40, 46, 46 plus 6, 52, that is 58. Okay. Then mean deviation about median. So the letter M. Here capital M indicates median. Okay. So the formula sigma xi minus m. Instead of x bar, here m. Modulus symbol by n. N means number of observation. I is from 1 to n. So it is 58 by 11. That is 5 point. What is 58 by 11? 55. Then 3. 2. 22. So 5.25 something. Here it is 8. Okay, 5.27. To decimal point 2 digits. Okay, so understood? So these are for ungrouped data. Okay, for ungrouped data this type of observations will be given. Okay, so mean deviation about median means first you have to calculate median. For that arrange in ascending or descending order. Find the number of observations. If it is odd number, add 1 by 2. That observation will give the median. If the number of observation is even, suppose it is 12, 12 by 2, that is 6th and next observation, 6th observation and 7th observation, take it and find the average. That will give the median. Then after that, table, you can draw the table. First column is xi, then xi minus m, then absolute value. Okay, or instead of this column you can write this. So 2 column is enough. Find the sum of the last column, then that divide by the total number of observations. So we get mean deviation about median. For mean deviation about mean, the first step is find the mean, sum of the observation by number of observation. Then table xi, xi minus x bar, then absolute value. Take the sum, divide by number of observation. So x bar is the mean and m is the median, n is the number of observations. Okay, so I hope you understood this mean deviation for ungrouped data. Like measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode, we have here measures of dispersion. That is for the data variability also important, that is another factor. So based on that we have 4 measures, that is range, quartile deviation, mean deviation and standard deviation. Range means the maximum value minus minimum value, and here we have to learn only mean deviation and standard deviation. So for ungrouped data, learn the formula. Then grouped data we can learn in the next class.